The Last Pilgrimage and Last Sermon. The last pilgrimage of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, known as the Farewell Pilgrimage or Hajjat al-Wida, occurred in the year 632 CE, 10 AH in the Islamic calendar. This pilgrimage holds significant importance in Islamic history, as it was during this pilgrimage that the Prophet delivered his farewell sermon, which encapsulated many important teachings and instructions for the Muslim community. During the pilgrimage, the Prophet Muhammad performed all the rituals prescribed for Hajj, demonstrating to his followers the proper way to perform the pilgrimage. It was a momentous occasion where tens of thousands of Muslims gathered around him, and it became an opportunity for the Prophet to address the Muslim community as a whole. In his farewell sermon, the Prophet emphasized the importance of unity among Muslims, the sanctity of human life and property, the rights of women, and other fundamental aspects of Islamic teachings. He also reiterated the equality of all Muslims, regardless of their race or social status, and warned against divisions and conflicts within the community. After the completion of the pilgrimage, the Prophet Muhammad returned to Medina, where he fell ill and passed away a few months later, marking the end of his earthly life. The farewell pilgrimage remains a pivotal event in Islamic history, serving as a source of guidance and inspiration for Muslims worldwide. Here's the context. 1. Final days of the Prophet's life. The farewell sermon was delivered towards the end of the Prophet Muhammad's life, just a few months before his passing. He had returned to Mecca after completing the conquest of the Arabian Peninsula and was preparing for what would be his final pilgrimage. Farewell pilgrimage. The Prophet Muhammad, accompanied by tens of thousands of his companions, set out on the pilgrimage to Mecca. This pilgrimage was significant not only because it would be his last, but also because it would serve as a model for future pilgrimages, demonstrating the rites and rituals that Muslims should perform during Hajj. 3. Assembly at Mount Arafat. During the pilgrimage, the Prophet Muhammad delivered his farewell sermon at Mount Arafat, a crucial ritual site where pilgrims gather on the 9th day of the Islamic month of Dhul al-Hijjah. This sermon was delivered on the day of Arafat, which is considered the most important day of Hajj. 4. Guidance and instructions. In his farewell sermon, the Prophet addressed various aspects of faith, ethics, and social justice. He emphasized the importance of monotheism, equality among believers, the sanctity of life and property, and the rights of women. He also warned against oppression, exploitation, and the dangers of deviating from the path of righteousness. 5. Legacy and final words. The farewell sermon encapsulated many of the core teachings of Islam and served as a final guidance to his followers. It is regarded as one of the most comprehensive and significant speeches delivered by the Prophet Muhammad, providing timeless wisdom and guidance for Muslims throughout history. The text of final sermon is narrated now. O people, lend me an attentive ear, for I know not whether after this year I shall ever be amongst you again. Therefore, listen to what I am saying to you very carefully, and take these words to those who could not be present here today. O people, just as you regard this month, this day, this city as sacred, so regard the life and property of every Muslim as a sacred trust. Return the goods entrusted to you to their rightful owners. Hurt no one, so that no one may hurt you. Remember that you will indeed meet your Lord, and that he will indeed reckon your deeds. Allah has forbidden you to take usury, interest. Therefore, all interest obligations shall henceforth be waived. Your capital, however, is yours to keep. You will neither inflict nor suffer any inequity. Allah has judged that there shall be no interest, and that all the interest due to Abbas ibn Abdal Muttalib shall henceforth be waived. Every right arising out of homicide in pre-Islamic days is henceforth waived, and the first such right that I waive is that arising from the murder of Rabi'a ibn Harith ibn. O people, the unbelievers indulge in tampering with the calendar in order to make permissible that which Allah forbade, and to forbid that which Allah has made permissible. With Allah the months are 12 in number. 4 of them are holy. 3 of these are successive, and 1 occurs singly between the months of Jumada and Shaban. Beware of Satan for the safety of your religion. He has lost all hope that he will ever be able to lead you astray in big things, so beware of following him in small things. O people, it is true that you have certain rights with regard to your women, but they also have rights over you. Remember that you have taken them as your wives only under Allah's trust and with His permission. If they abide by your right, then to them belongs the right to be fed and clothed in kindness. Do treat your women well and be kind to them, for they are your partners and committed helpers. And it is your right that they do not make friends with anyone of whom you do not approve, as well as never to be unchaste. O people, listen to me in earnest, worship Allah, perform your 5 daily prayers, fast during the month of Ramadan, and give your wealth in zakat. Perform Hajj if you can afford to. All mankind is from Adam and Eve. An Arab has no superiority over a non-Arab, nor does a non-Arab have any superiority over an Arab. White has no superiority over black, nor does a black have any superiority over white. None have superiority over another except by piety and good action. Learn that every Muslim is a brother to every Muslim, and that the Muslims constitute one brotherhood. Nothing shall be legitimate to a Muslim that belongs to a fellow Muslim unless it was given freely and willingly. Do not, therefore, do injustice to yourselves. Remember, one day you will appear before Allah and answer for your deeds. So beware, do not stray from the path of righteousness after I am gone. O people, no prophet or apostle will come after me, and no new faith will be born. Reason well, therefore, O people, and understand words which I convey to you. I leave behind me 2 things, the Quran and my Sunnah, the way of life. And if you follow these, you will never go astray. All those who listen to me shall pass on my words to others, and those to others again, and may the last ones understand my words better than those who listen to me directly. Be my witness, O Allah, that I have conveyed your message to your people. The context of the farewell sermon lies within the final days of the Prophet Muhammad's life and his farewell pilgrimage, known as Hajjat al-Wada, the farewell pilgrimage, which took place in the year 632 CE, 10 AH, after Hijrah. This pilgrimage was of great significance as it was the only pilgrimage that the Prophet Muhammad performed after the revelation of the verse in the Quran commanding Muslims to perform the Hajj pilgrimage.